The classic honey cake recipe is known and loved by everyone. And what if you diversify the usual option with a subtle caramel flavor and an invigorating citrus aroma of oranges? You will undoubtedly like the delicate and light orange caramel honey cake. The recipe from the category Russian cuisine and consists of 21 cooking steps. The complexity of the dish. Medium. Prepare the necessary ingredients. To begin with, we prepare caramel. Pour the sugar into a saucepan and put it on low heat, stirring constantly. Bring the sugar to a liquid state without lumps. Add honey to the finished caramel and mix until smooth. Then add the melted butter and continue to stir without ceasing. Remove from the heat. Next, sift 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour into the caramel and mix well. Add beaten egg, baking soda, and baking powder to the dough. Sift the remaining flour into the mass and knead the dough. The dough should be dense, elastic, and slightly sticky. Wrap the dough in plastic wrap and refrigerate for 40 minutes. After the dough is infused, divide it into 6 parts. Roll out each part into a layer and cut out a cake with a diameter of 20 centimeters. Place the cake on parchment paper. Make punctures with a fork and bake in a preheated oven to 180 degrees for 5 minutes. Roll out additional cakes from the scraps. In total, you should get 8 thin cakes. We are preparing an orange cream. Squeeze the juice from the oranges and mix with the zest. Put on fire and bring to a boil. At this time, mix eggs, sugar, and starch in a container. Beat everything well until smooth. Gradually pour the hot juice into the egg mixture with sugar and stir constantly. Then pour everything into a saucepan and bring to a thickening over low heat. Then add 1 tablespoon of butter and cognac. Cool the finished cream at room temperature. Meanwhile, in a bowl, beat the butter for about 5 minutes, then gradually add the custard and beat everything until smooth. We're putting together a cake. Spread each cake with custard and put it on top of each other. Refrigerate for 6 hours to soak the cakes. For 1 cake, about 2 tablespoons of cream. Beat cottage cheese 9% with condensed milk in a blender until smooth. Beat the butter separately until it is clarified. It is important that the cottage cheese and butter are at room temperature. Add powdered sugar to the butter and beat again. Add the curd mass to the contents and mix with a spatula. Put the cream in a pastry bag using the grass attachment to decorate the cake. Make decorative ears, eyes, nose, and antennae out of mastic. Leave them to dry. Put the ears on a wire so that they hold better. Attach the finished parts to the cake. The orange caramel honey cake is ready. Have a nice tea party.